Hello, Marcus Lim here with GCPD, Gotham City Police Department, The Blue Wall, and this hardcover collects six issues of the miniseries that came out in 2022, so last year. So these are the six issues. So issue 1, which also happens to be the cover of the hardcover. So issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, issue 5, and issue number 6. Okay, so 6 issues altogether. And it's by Ridley and Stefano. The back here it says, "No one said protecting a city like Gotham would be easy." Okay, and it says collects issue 1 to 6, which I just showed you. So here is Commissioner Renee Montoya, and there's Two-Face. And I should also come back to the cover just to introduce these characters, right, of the GCPD. These are rookies, by the way. Eric Wells, Samantha Park, and Danny Ortega. Okay, so let's just unwrap this very quickly. Okay. So let me take off the jacket as well. And that's the jacket. And this is pretty plain cover, right, without the jacket. GCPD, The Blue Wall. So in blue, I guess it's appropriate because it's the blue wall. And why is it called the Blue Wall? Well, it kind of explains it here. It says the only way to stop bad from happening is to build a wall against it. And why blue? Because of the color of the uniform, right? So yeah, that's why it's called the Blue Wall. And essentially it's really about, I already mentioned these 3 rookies, right, fresh out of the academy. Samantha Park, Danny Ortega, and Eric Wells, and they've just started joining the GCPD. And initially they are very optimistic, very idealistic, but yeah, things get complicated very quickly, right? So Samantha Park here, in the very first case, well, at first she fails to shoot, but then the second time she actually can't shoot, and so that resulted in 2 deaths, right? And then we've got the other person as well, Eric Wells, who is a parole officer, and he's also got issues with his parolee. Yeah, so things are not easy. And the most tragic of all is Danny Ortega, right, who is Hispanic, and he's come under, there's people who are racist at play as well, so he's not dealing with it too well. Two-Face does appear, because he is the source of Montoya's PTSD, right? But by and large, this is not a story about Batman or even the villains like Joker and those, high-profile villains. This is a very realistic and grounded police drama, which is, what John Ridley is really good at, right? Even his, Batman, the Jace Fox Batman, is very street level. So this is pretty much a Gotham, a police drama that happens to be set in the GCPD, and there is a very tragic thing that Danny Ortega is doing there, killing off Renee's brother and fiance, right? So yeah, so really pushed to the limits, and so Renee has to decide what to do. Right? Does she call in the Batman? Which, as we find out later, it doesn't really happen. So she decides to do the right thing and just go in to face Danny by herself, right? And no one, well, he doesn't die. Although at the end, right, like you can tell that she is conflicted about her role as the commissioner and how to deal with it, right? How to navigate a flawed system, because I think overall this really is a story about not so much about the bad guys coming from outside, but the threat is really internal in a way. It's really about flawed human nature, and that's what gives rise to a flawed system. So it's a story about essentially about good people trying to do good in the midst of a flawed system, and they don't always have a happy ending. And I think that's what this story is trying to say. But that doesn't mean that they give up, right? So yeah, so I think it's a pretty thoughtful story drama, right? It may be not what you expect, right? Batman's villains don't show up, but it's more about the as I mentioned before, police drama, right? Very real, very grounded. And if that's your sort of thing, then definitely check this out. And I'm looking forward to seeing what John Ridley comes up next. And I really do hope he comes back to these kinds of stories at some stage. But for now, you can check out GCPD the Blue Wall hardcover, collecting all 6 issues. So hope you enjoyed this video. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video.